Attention please, Easy Railcast is now leaving the station.
Welcome to the Easy Wellcast. I'm Mike Lovin. This is Drew Thomas, and um, yes, guys, Preview Dubs is dead. By that I mean canceled. Um, I got pretty. I also got pretty bored of doing the show, and um, it's hard. It's really hard to keep up. It's really hard for me to keep up with like two shows at the same time, and I think it's also pretty easier for me to just have one show, which is this Easy Wellcast. And
Yes. Well, good thing
yes,
dropping for Mondays.
yeah. What's going on over there, Drew? Like, what's going on?
Well, oh, I talked about the noise.
That noise? Hmm.
Oh, that noise in my computer, it's pretty loud.
Okay.
Yeah, so,
Okay, so today we are going to be talking about. Okay, so at first we did share some updates. Drew, do you have any updates to share, like any projects coming up or
oh
some?
yeah, this summer instead of doing talent night, I'm going to be doing karaoke night where, you can come on, sing one of your favorite songs, and, just, you know, make sure you have an instrumental version of the song, and if you don't, then just, sing as loud as possible over the, actual song.
Hmm. Okay. Um. All right. Let's see what else. Oh yes, we are going to be talking about direct to video sequels from Disney. A lot of those are animated, and there are some live action direct to video sequels. And let's get start talking about them. Actually, the first direct to video sequel we're going to talk about, in favor of me, Inspector Gadget 2. Well, as I go look it up right now, Inspector Gadget
Yes.
2.
Great trailers, terrible sequel.
Yep. Love the
I've never
teaser
seen it,
trailer, but
but
I didn't like the actual movie. Yeah, Inspector Gadget 2. Oh, wait, I see the plot synopsis. Um, let's see. It's for those who don't know, Inspector Gadget 2. City officials are moving to replace human robot hybrid Inspector Gadget with an updated model, the comely G2. Like her predecessor, the new inspector must contain Master Criminal Claw, who, having busted out of prison, wants to pull off a big gold heist. Young Penny also starts shadowing Claw as soon as she forms a crime-fighting trio with her, Gadget and G2. Claw had better watch his back. Well, it sounds like pretty sounds like a film noir film, but when you see the movie, you yeah. So yeah, a lot of people. There are a lot of people out there that don't really like that movie. Uh, for
one
younger
hundred percent
kids,
right
it's
there.
for younger kids who saw it in 2003 when it came out. Uh, Pretty much have loved it, and yeah. So yeah, I remember seeing Inspector Gadget 2 like a lot of times when I was about either 10 or 11 years old and loving it so much, and that I just loved it better than the first one. And yeah, the first one was really painful. And like yeah, the first one had Matthew Broderick in it as Inspector Gadget. He is a terrible Inspector Gadget, but he is a very great Simba in the Lion King trilogy. And yeah, what else? G2 is a very very interesting character, but like she acts like a robot, she talks like a robot. She is like 100% robot. Like
How the
yeah,
title was
but
made.
she is just like pretty, but like she is also like very serious and sensitive in the beginning, but she does like warm up and like yeah, she does turn into a sweetheart. And Penny looks like she's in high school, but also looks like a Disney Channel actress. And yeah, Claw in the first one, Claw in the first Inspector Gadget, we see him all the time, and it's based on the cartoons from the '80s that we're not supposed to see Claw. How come in the first one they changed the whole formula? Come on, they didn't even appreciate the cartoon. They weren't even faithful to it. Inspector Gadget 2 in this one, they were kind of faithful. Like we don't see Claw's face. That's what I liked, and it's not played by Rupert Everett in this one. He's played by
Oh
some
yeah,
old guy
played by Sherman.
that had a pretty imitating voice, well, obviously. And his minions, or like whatever they're called, the bad guys, they are pretty goofy and over the top and ridiculous. And yeah, and also there's a subplot at some points where Penny wants to help Inspector Gadget solve crimes, but her uncle says that she's too young. And yeah, the special effects in the second one suck even more in the first than the first one. And yeah, well, let's see what else. Yeah, Inspector Gadget 2, big fun for children, but like less fun for adults. What just happened there, Drew?
I was just, giving example of bad effects.
Oh, okay. Um, and another direct-to-video sequel. Oh yeah, speaking of the Lion King trilogy, after the very huge success of the original, Disney then decided to make two sequels out of it. The Lion King 2 Simba's Pride, which I still haven't seen, but I did hear that it's like their own. It's like Romeo and Juliet, but with lions and other animals. And yeah, so Kiara and Kovu, I think Kiara and Kovu are pretty good Disney sequel characters, I would say. Um, it kind of feels like they kind of sort of had an inspiration of Romeo and Juliet, but then morphed it into like a Lion King sequel, and then just put it in Simba's Pride. Wait, I think Simba's Pride is sort of a misleading title. Again, it's kind of not accurate. I think they should have called it Kiara and Kovu's Pride, or Kiara, or like uh, so, I have no idea what should have they called it, or just leave it as Lion King 2. And yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, I think Lion King 2. I still haven't seen it yet. I've been hearing that it's. I do know that it is a pretty decent sequel. A lot of people like it than the other ones. But to me, though, Lion King 1.5 is better because Timon and Pumbaa are like still my favorite characters from Lion King. And they are my sidekicks as for my YouTube channel. They are my sidekicks.
I have my psychic right here.
Yeah. The Lion King 1.5 came out 10 years after the first one, and yeah, the Lion King 1.5 was like I learned a lot from Lion King 1.5, but kind of learned less from Lion King 2, kind of. Lion King 1.5 started to be made in like 2001. It was gonna come out in Christmas 2001, but 9/11 happened around the time they were in pre-production, so they put pre-production on hold and then decided to delay it up to 2004
Actually, I
to
don't know that.
February 2004. That's when, oh yeah, Lion King 2 came out in 1998. Lion King 1.5 came out in 2004. I love making edits out of that trailer. If you guys didn't see my like Go Coded Gangsta's Paradise version of it.
Oh
It
yeah, I
was,
saw that.
yeah, it was beautiful. I did actually use Audacity, by the way. Yeah.
Oh, I actually seen the flashbang bumpers Bo cut it into, Gangster's Paradise. That was nice. Used to all film wheel bumpers, Bo cut it into Gangster's Paradise.
Okay, I'll have to find like a shorter version because a lot of those are like 6 to 10 minutes. Yeah,
There are a lot of bumpers.
yeah. Um, anyways, Lion King 1.5. It focuses more on Timon and Pumbaa. Oh wait, this the Lion King 1.5 takes place before and during the events of the first one. Um, it focuses on more of Timon's life, a day in the life of his, like how did he met Pumbaa, and he wasn't good enough for the meerkat community, so he leaves his community behind to go find a new home or start a new life. But then he comes across Pumbaa, who is stalking him at first, but then he finds him, and then he thinks that he's gonna eat him. But Pumbaa is such a nice guy, nice warthog, as he is, and yeah, I really like that moment when Timon and Pumbaa met in 1.5, and yep, and then they get to know each other, and then they go to Pride Walk. That's his dream home.
Don't spoil the movie.
That's where he wants us to. That's where he wants his dream home to be. And so then we go into the events of the first one, and that very famous song "Circle of Life" sounds a little different than the first one. Like, yeah, I guess they sort of like recreated it for 1.5 to like make it like in the trailer they actually did use circle. They actually did use like the whole first movie, and but then they had Timon and Pumbaa that they're watching at the movies, which then became like a green screen template for Timon and Pumbaa at the movies, made by Ghibli fan and the Ben Euler Productions. They do like Timon and Pumbaa at the movies all the time, and Timon and Pumbaa interruptions all the time, and yeah. I believe they've been keeping it alive for about 10 years now, and wow, and so yeah, and
My favorite.
so yeah, and like The Lion King 1.5 might be one of my favorite direct to video sequels from Disney, and yeah, it is pretty good, and it is still fun. Okay, what about George of the Jungle? Another live action direct to video sequel. George of the Jungle 2 is gross. It's painful. Um, I don't really I mean, that movie is so like inconceivable. Inconceivable is what
Oh man.
is. Yeah. I don't want to read. I don't want to tell you what it is, guys. You're gonna have to find
Now,
out.
yeah. Now, my favorite directed DVD or video sequel is Kronk's New Groove. That's a good one.
Kronk's New Groove. Okay. Well, I guess we'll talk about that. Kronk's New Groove. Okay.
Yeah.
Kronk's
So
New
it looks
Groove. So let's see what this one's about. Okay. In
good.
this sequel to The Emperor's New Groove, former meddler Kronk has turned over a new leaf and now runs a bustling pizza parlor in a Incan village. When Kronk hears that his judgmental father Popeye plans to visit,
Poppy.
he what?
His name is Poppy.
Poppy plans to visit. He scrambles to raise money to impress him, and just when it seems as if he might succeed, Kronk's evil former employer, Yzma, appears with an eye toward drawing him back into her crocked ways.
Ah, yes.
All right,
They
Drew.
also have a musical number in this one. They
Yeah,
have a pretty good
tell
musical
us more
number.
about Kronk's new groove, please.
Yeah. Now they have a musical number. There was originally going to be one in the first one, but unfortunately, they dropped it. But in the second one, they have a musical number by Yzma, formed by Eartha Kitt.
Hmm. Why do I always keep acknowledging? Why do I always keep ignoring talking about musical numbers? Okay. No musical numbers in Spitting 2. There are musical numbers in 1.5, 2. Or yeah, the rest
Duh.
of the Lion King trilogy. Uh, 1.5 has some good
Duh.
musical numbers like Hakuna Matata and uh, s- uh, uh, well, there are
Like,
also some scenes where in that movie where they also the Yuri Hakuna Matata theme, but like in a different way without Simba. And yeah, oh yeah, my favorite musical number from Lion King 1.5 is Digatana. Digatana, yeah, that's one of my favorites. Uh, yeah, okay, another direct video sequel we can also talk about. Um,
The
well,
Little Mermaid 2.
Little Mermaid 2.
I saw it and it was pretty okay.
Okay,
They got Clancy Brown, the voice of Mr. Krabs, as the shark.
what?
They got Clancy Brown, the voice of Mr. Krabs, as the shark on that movie.
No way.
Way.
Okay, Little Mermaid 2. Ariel and Eric are happily married and have been blessed with Melody. The couple aren't con are the couple are content on land, but Melody is curious about her mermaid heritage and determined to find out what life is like at sea. However, her trip to find her roots unwittingly involves her in an evil plot against Ariel's father, King Triton. So Ariel must also return to the sea to save her family and friends. Wow. That seems like that plot went reverse, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah. Did you know that there was a third one
Yeah,
built?
it was called Ariel's Beginning. It was a prequel. It
Oh,
explained how, explained how Triton and his daughters got into music. They all loved music until, Ariel's mother died, and so, Triton just banished music completely. Like, I'm talking, they pulled off a Coco and was like, no music there, no music here.
yeah. I feel like they should just like tell us like a story without even breaking into a musical number. Mikey 1.5 is a prequel to the first one, but it is another sequel. Okay, so it's like a C prequel. Yeah. Pre sequel. Yeah.
That's a prequel.
Yeah. Um, an extremely goofy movie. Can't forget about that. An extremely
Oh,
goofy
yeah.
movie. Well, I definitely know the plot of this one. He's in Max is now in college, and yeah, that's all I can remember. If I know, okay. In this animated family film, the aptly named Goofy is deeply proud of his college bound son, Max. For his part, Max, who is more cool and collected than his frantic and clumsy father, is eager to take on some fresh experiences with his new independence, so he's understandably flustered when his dad crashes his college life to finish his own degree. Goofy repeatedly embarrasses Max, and their bond is tested as never before. It did actually come out on Leap Day in 2000.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're going to have to
the
wait till
movie will have to be
2026.
celebrated on March 1st, probably, yeah, or on February 28th.
Over.
It is pretty rare that any movie could come out on Leap Day. Like, wow, Disney is always like, I don't know.
You? We didn't have chicken.
Oh,
Sorry.
sorry, it's okay.
Wow.
Serve me beef chicken noodles. All right. Um, beef. Oh, there was another horrible
Beef
direct-to-video
ramen
sequel from
is
Disney,
amazing.
Mulan 2.
Oh, yeah, Mulan too. I heard bad stuff about it. There's also Belle's Magical World, but,
I
well,
didn't even want to read the
we
plot
don't talk
synopsis
about
of
Mulan.
this. None of you guys will never know about Mulan 2 either, so you're gonna have to find out yourselves.
How about Belle's Magical World? I heard bad stuff about that one, and that's
That was
also a sequel.
March. I don't want to read the plot synopsis of that either.
Oh,
um,
man.
yeah. Okay. Um, what about some? What? Okay, we talked about a lot of direct-to-video sequels on here. Um, oh yeah, 101 Dalmatians 2, Patch's London Adventure, and there are some other sequels with that too. Like there's 102 Dalmatians, and then
Oh, yeah.
there's the
Neck Weight
most
Queen Widow's
recent one.
Strap Up.
There's the there's the most recent one called Cruella, which I still haven't seen yet. And this one, it's not played by Glenn Close, it's played by Emma Stone. Let me just read the plot synopsis of this one. Patch the puppy and his TV idol Thunderbolt must save his siblings from the evil Cruella de Vil. Wow, very short synopsis here. Not much explanation. Oh wow. Oh wow, wow, wow. And I do remember having the DVD of it and featuring it had the in the sneak peek section it had the Inspector Gadget 2 trailer, the longer one. So it's Spy
Oh,
Kids 2, they launched its VHS version, and yeah. What was that?
I was just I, I was just thinking about something, and I just looked where my DVDs were, and thinking, is there any other direct-to-video sequels? I mean, most of what Pixar did was theatrical sequels, so you know, have they done a
Yeah,
direct-to-video sequel? I don't think they have.
yeah. Um,
I mean,
102 Dalmatians. I did mention that. 102 Dalmatians.
is that a direct-to-video,
Um,
or I'm
that's
pretty sure
that.
it
That
was
is direct.
theatrical.
It is. It is direct to video. I believe it is direct to video.
I'm gonna search.
Direct to video or theatrical release. Direct, direct to video. Or is that? I think it is. Isn't it? No, it's not a direct to video sequel.
Oh,
I don't think so.
oh that.
Theatrical release. Yeah, 102 Dalmatians. That is it is a theatrical release. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
102 Dalmatians, not a direct video sequel. It's a theatrical one. 102 Dalmatians, I don't really think is good at all. Glenn Close is a very awesome Cruella de Vil, and then the new one played by Emma Stone. I still haven't seen that one yet, but I did hear that she was in the new one. She resembles Harley Quinn. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. Right.
well,
Um.
I guess you could say Tom and Jerry have had some because they have made their first movie in 1994, but then they made the crossovers with like the Fast and the Furious and Wizard of Oz, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. But you know, most people don't really care about Tom and Jerry movies.
Mhm.
Yes, you really care, and I wanted to make a Tom and Jerry the Polar Express.
Hmm. Okay.
They got
Um.
it, you know.
Okay. Now we can think of some. Now we can think of some sequels should that should have been direct to video or should be direct to video. Um. Some that exist and some that do not exist that we can come up with. Um. Cars 2 and 3. Cars I is a Pixar movie. I don't really care for that much. Although Lightning McQueen and Mater. Lightning McQueen's a good character, but Mater pretty much imitating character. And yeah, but I didn't really like the concept of cars being alive because we've been there before. Toys have been alive, bugs have been alive. Because a bug's life, you know, and ants as well. But that's DreamWorks. Cars, I feel like should have been turned into a trilogy. I feel like Cars 2 and 3 could have been like direct-to-video sequels because, well, I guess I think like Cars 2, like I didn't really like the idea of cars being spies. Like I feel like it's James Bond. James Bond meets Fast and Furious. That's what it's like. Yeah.
Yeah, you
And
know,
and
um,
yeah, I feel like Cars is
yes.
like
I should
Fast and
put Cars
Furious,
1 for
but
example, where they have some
cars
like
are
Cars
humans as
universe
well.
stuff to do with trains. But yeah,
Yeah. And yeah, I feel like Cars 2 and 3 should have been like direct to video sequels. I have no idea what the concept was for the third one, though. It's been a while since I've heard about that.
yeah, as for Disney's planes, no one really cares about planes.
Planes, yeah, I feel like Planes and Planes Fire to the Rescue should have also been direct to videos, like stuff from Disney.
Yeah,
And
big deal. It's planes that can talk.
what
Disney
else?
picked up to take a train.
Finding Dory. I watched that last year. I didn't really think Finding Dory was a good sequel at all. I feel like it should have also been released direct to video. Although, yeah, Ellen DeGeneres is no longer a popular actress anymore, um, or at least no longer popular at all. I feel like Finding Dory should have been released direct to video because, well, it's like it's a plot. It's a plot. It was like a plot for Finding Nemo given to someone else, and then they just put their name in it, Finding Dory, and then they just fill in the blanks. Like I feel like they were given a Mad Lib to fill out. Yeah, and what else? Flushed Away. If it did get a sequel, it would be going to Netflix because Chicken Run is getting a sequel going to
Oh yeah,
Netflix.
I know
Russell
that.
Gromit is getting another film from Netflix. Why not Flushed Away 2 go to Netflix as well? Yeah,
I think
and
Disney is the only one that does like directed video sequels because I can't think of any other company that's done direct video sequels. Like I don't
yeah,
know if Warner Bros. Did any. I don't know.
yeah. Flushed Away 2 if Flushed Away 2 got a sequel. I don't think Hugh Jackman and Kate Winslet would return. I think I don't know who else could have returned if Hugh Jackman and Kate Winslet
I wonder if
decided
they can have
to
me play
return.
Roddy because that'd be a pretty good Roddy. I mean, I have a British accent.
Who would be a good Roddy?
Me,
You would be a good okay.
yeah.
And your girlfriend can also be a good Vita.
Who said that Kate Winslet and Hugh Jackman were dating?
Um, yeah. Um, oh yeah, guys. We're also going to be talking about direct-to-video sequels from other studios. Land Before Time from Universal has
Oh,
like tons of
there
sequels.
we go. Now
Yeah,
there's
there's
one that's not just
tons
sequels.
of sequels.
Thank you.
Like, yeah, Land Before Time. The first one was the theatrical release. It was amazing, and I think the other
Yeah, they
ones.
should have just kept it there and stopped right there at the first. We don't need second movies. We just need one. One fucking movie.
Yeah, they have like I believe they have like 14 or 15 movies in the franchise. Yeah. What else? And like even with other Universal direct to video releases, the Tremors franchise went into like after the first one had bombed the box office, the franchise went into direct to video territory, and so did the Hellraiser franchise. Like the first four were like theatrical releases, and then the five, six, and seven were then like direct to video releases, and yeah.
Yes. I don't know
If Jonah of VeggieTales movie did get a sequel, it would go to Netflix as well.
it kind of already did, but it was the Pirates who don't do anything, and it was theatrical. And I actually saw the Pirates movie in theater. It was great.
Hmm.
Yeah, I saw it in theaters
Um, yeah.
around a year ago, around a couple years ago, actually.
Huh. Um, what else? I also think that what else? Um, well, I've got nothing else to do, guys. Okay, guys, I think Lazy Bellcast is gonna be derailing pretty soon. So real quick announcements. Let's say goodbye one more time to Preview Dubs, and
Goodbye, Scooby Dubs. We'll
yeah,
miss you.
yeah. Andrew's got sunglasses on for no reason.
Yes, I got this from Dollar Tree.
Oh, cool. Don't wear these at night though, because you'll never know where you are. Anyways, thank you guys for coming on to this easy Rollcast. This will be the only Friday show you will see from now on, and yeah.
Yeah,
So this has been me and Drew Thomas derailing the easy Rollcast, saying goodbye, and
I know.
we're going straight to video.
We're going straight to video. Let's go on the little cassettes and DVDs.